The Todd Shapiro Show.
Time to hit the button!
On Canada Talks, SiriusXM 167.
Everyone comes together for the one main interest of giving back and helping out the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And someone who's done so for so many different years now and has helped out with GoDaddy is Jill Schoolenberg. Hey, Jill.
Hey, Todd.
How are you?
I'm good today. How are you?
Good. I just want to ensure I'm saying your name correctly, your last name. Am I doing that right?
That's right. Yep, Schoolenberg.
Okay. Anything with school in it freaks me out, so I just want I was just making sure.
It's amazing the amount of people who can't spell it. So
yes,
okay.
It's definitely a tricky one. So let us know. Why did you eventually or ultimately get involved years ago with the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation and the Scotiabank Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer?
Yeah, one of my really good friends was working at the foundation, and she and I are both huge hockey fans, and she kind of motivated/roped me into volunteering one year. And very fortunately, I actually got to run the celebrity tent, which for me was a total life highlight. I got to meet all the, Paul Henderson and Daryl Sittler and Johnny Bauer and all the guys from back in the day. And so it was just such a amazing experience between both like meeting all these players, but also understanding the mission and what Princess Margaret really does to help conquer cancer in our lifetime.
Yeah, no question. Once you're sort of a part of it once, it feels like something that I can't imagine, everyone not wanting to go back and be a part of. And it really is a wonderful day. Any tips for those? You're at GoDaddy, and people like to send in different organizations or different companies, or even just family and friends kind of team stuff. But it's a little tricky sometimes, and we can be honest about that. Getting a team of 10 to 12 people, and sort of this big commitment of $10K, obviously going for this wonderful cause. Any tips for those to help recruit a roster?
Yeah, I recruit from all over. We don't have a lot of traditional hockey players here at GoDaddy, and you don't actually need them. So a lot of our business partners join us, as well as our advertising and our media agencies tend to join us as well. And in fact, our PR team has their own team. And one thing is cancer touches almost everybody, whether it's I was talking about the event today to someone at another event I was at, and he was on his way over to Princess Margaret actually right after this completely unrelated event to be with a friend. And so a lot of people have cancer close to their heart. I certainly try and hit up our U.S., who many are in the U.S., and our execs are willing to support me. I also do friends and family, and I try and do, paybacks, pay it forward. If you sponsor me for my one big event in the year, I'll sponsor you for your fundraising activity. And so I do a lot of it myself, but I also have the team members sign up and contribute to your comment for, at least $500 each. And amongst all of us, we've consistently come in above $10,000.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff. You guys over at GoDaddy have raised over $35,000 right now, and it's just so wonderful to keep hearing these positive stories of inspiration. And you're, people kind of piggyback off this stuff. Like, you want to help out. You see people doing it, and you're like, oh, I'll go and raise too. Are there little though goals to actually fundraising? Do you do little fun events to get some of the cash?
Yeah, there's tons of events along the way, and there's, prizes for teams that hit their numbers early. I think there's usually about 3 prizes. Last year there was a hot tub. They've actually had it the last couple of years. 2 years ago it was so hot no one needed it. But last year our PR agency, North Strategic, actually won it. And so their team's like hanging out in this hot tub, and everybody's, wondering what's going on, and we were all pretty jealous. So there's lots of little activities along the way, and there's also typically some matching funds. So the earlier you get in, you can also get some matching funds, which again can go against your $10,000 goal. So maybe you only have to raise $8,000.
Yeah, it definitely helps out, and they're so good at doing that. Everyone at the Scotiabank Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer. Jill Schoolenberg's joining us, and it's the day is really, and I always say this, and it's sort of a weird thing to say and a hard one to get out, but as emotionally tough as it is, because you'll see people suffering from cancer. There's always sort of an honorary puck drop, and whether it's a child singing the national anthem, it really can be very emotional. But it's this overwhelmingly feeling of happiness, of joy, of elation, despite the sadness within it. And And, again, it always is so strange for me, I think, to say that, but maybe you can share that experience that I'm having so difficult getting out.
Yeah, I mean, there's always teary moments. Last year, the lady that got up and spoke, and actually it was her husband who spoke, and I looked over and there was a hockey team that was full of her brothers, his brothers, and other friends of theirs from Windsor, and there's tears coming down all these big guys' faces. But after you wipe away the tears, there's a sense of sort of inspiration because, even getting to the day is a lot of work to raise the money and get your team and get everybody there for 7 a.m. and, all the different things people have to bring with them. And then you kind of have that event. And even though it has sad moments, it's incredibly inspirational. And you just want to go out and do it. And you realize this is what you do it for. So it's a fantastic event. It's so well organized. Again, I was recruiting some people today, and it's a great day. And so it takes some work to get there, but you will thoroughly enjoy it if you're able to fundraise and get a team in.
Yeah, without a doubt, the Scotiabank Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer is really an amazing day. You touched on it earlier, too, where you used to run the celebrity tent, and it really is fascinating, isn't it, to know that you can walk around this event. It's not like there's security guards or anything. You're going to rub shoulders with some of your idols. You mentioned Paul Henderson and stuff, but does some come to mind, and are you excited to see some this year?
I haven't looked at the list this year. I know Darcy Tucker's been out quite a bit, Daryl Sittler. We've had talent like from Degrassi. We've had celebs from all over, and of course the women's hockey teams as well. Angela and Hillary Knight and so on and so forth. Those guys have played as well. So lots of great athletes. We've had some retired Blue Jays players, but we also have stars and celebrities and different people that want to come out and sponsor and support the cause.
Yeah, and it is amazing. The mayor will show up there and have some fun, and then there's that celebrity game, and it really is so wonderful for the kids. I even think, too, the last few years, my little boy's gotten pictures with, Doug Gilmour or Nick Antropoff, Leafs that I grew up with, and, one day he's going to look at that picture and realize they're Leaf greats. Especially a guy like Doug Gilmour. It really is truly amazing, Jill. And, how do you inspire, I guess, people to get involved? If people are listening right now, what would you say to them to go and just, let's get this team, let's get a team together?
Yeah, and I think, love to challenge my colleagues in the IT sector and obviously in the advertising and media agencies. It's a great, fun team event. And I know a lot of companies do team building, and you may pay a company like $10,000 or $20,000 to do team building. Well, why don't you get together and do something for a cause? So instead of a company could donate the money instead and send a team. We had one of our agencies do that last year, and everybody had a great time, and it's total bonding and total fun. So there's tons of ways to get your money together, whether you do it individually or corporately or with friends and family. But it is really a great day, and obviously going after a great cause.
Jill, I have to say, I've never thought of it that way. You're right. And even, the SiriusXM family would do those big team building events, but that costs companies money. So why not do it through a charity where it's not really costing you money? You're raising the money. And it's going for that great cause. And it is. There's nothing like playing hockey and having a great day. And, at the end of it, there's a couple of beers that are going around, amazing food. Pizza's a big part of it every year. And just to do that, you're right. It really is a very team-building atmosphere. Really well said. What about for those who don't play hockey?
I was just going to say, and you don't need to play hockey. I mean, there are all different levels and leagues. There's a youth league now. There's a women's league, and then there's just fun in terms of the different sectors. So we tend to play in the IT sector, but depending on your skill level, you can go anywhere from like super competitive to we're just playing for fun till we've never played before. And obviously, it's not on ice, so you need running shoes and you need a stick and. It can be quite interesting to see that ball go flying in different places, but it's kind of a low equipment kind of day, and it's mainly about the fun and playing to raise money. So regardless of your skill, you can put a team together, and even there's other roles too, because I tend to be more the general manager and I do the fundraising, and then I get a few others to do the running around for me.
Yeah, the older I get too, I'm not going to lie, I become more the GM of the team. Kyle Duba's a young guy, but I'm kind of like, that guy now who's recruiting, putting it all together, helping with the fundraising, and trying not to hurt my back, quite honestly. But it is the best day. Jill Schoolenberg from GoDaddy hanging out with us. The Scotiabank to road hockey to conquer cancer for the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. I highly implore everyone just to go and check out teamuptoconquercancer.ca and figure out who your teammates can be, enter a team, join the fight. All you got to do is kind of pick up a stick and have some fun and know that you're really helping out a great cause. It's happening on September 28th, 2019, later this summer. And we're just so appreciative, Jill, of your time, of all your efforts, of all of GoDaddy's efforts, of the entire IT sector who are going to challenge right now. Go and take on GoDaddy, will you? Try and get more money. And it's one of those where there's the only people who win are anyone, within the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. So it's one of those challenges that are fun if people beat you at, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Jill, thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see you again. It's so many months away still, but it will come up sooner rather than later, and that's why people should do their best to enter a team now and start raising some money.
Start raising the money. Never too early to start.
Thank you, Jill. I really appreciate the time today.
Take care, Todd.
Cheers. Scotiabank Road Hockey to Conquer Cancer. Go to teamuptoconquercancer.ca.
This is the Todd Shapiro Show on Canada Talks, SiriusXM 167.